Our next question comes from Dennis, and he is writing to us also here in New York, and he wants to know, how do you figure out what is the best career path for you when there's so many things that you love to do? Dennis, this is such a great question, and I, again, get this a lot from my coaching clients, where people may have, a job that pays their bills, but then they have all of these ideas. They have all of these things that they're passionate about that they want to explore, and a lot of times I work with clients that maybe have gone down a lot of those roads. I'll get a resume or a new career coaching client, and I'll look, and there'll be a lot of transition and a lot of jumping around, and yes, that is one way to figure out what your passions are and what you're best suited for. But I also have a lot of tools that I can help share with you to figure that out first. So you've heard the saying, don't quit your day job. Well, there's a lot to that. And I don't believe that people should give up what is providing the lifestyle that will allow them to be creative and passionate just to follow their dreams. I believe in doing whatever it takes, don't get me wrong, but that's a very big difference there. So the first thing, Dennis, that I would have you do, and any viewer that is feeling the same way and having the same curiosity, is to identify what I call your soul sentence. And your soul sentence is really your personal mission statement. It's something that rings true to you at your core. And so I'll share mine with you. I created mine about 20 years ago at a Tony Robbins seminar. Can't believe it's been that long. But I truly embody this, and I use it each and every day. And mine is, the purpose of my life is to have passion, health, and happiness, and to spread love and joy to others. So when I think about all of the different career transitions I've had, relationships I've had, businesses I've started, moves I've made over the last 20 years, when I look back, and if anything aligned perfectly with my soul sentence, it was the right thing to do. And if it didn't, it was always a disaster. And so I'll give you a very specific example. As many of you know, I talk about my history a lot, and I worked for Tony Robbins for many, many years, and I toured around the world. I did production, I did coaching. However, I was pretty miserable. My relationships sucked. I was exhausted all the time. I got quite sick, and I couldn't figure out why. And so one day, in complete exhaustion, I was just analyzing the job against my soul sentence, and it hit me. I said, this just isn't healthy. So one word was in violation, because I was working sometimes 20 hours a day, up to 30 days in a row without any days off. It was completely throwing my life off kilter. So thankfully that happened, and I remembered my soul sentence and how important that was, because then I made a different choice, and that's actually when I went out on my own and started coaching and consulting, and now have this show, and I'm able to talk to people like you and help people like you. So I really encourage you first, Dennis, to start with a soul sentence. Create your personal mission statement. I love, one of Starbucks, when you're here, you're family. So you know what you're going to get. If you walk into a Starbucks in Turkey or in Penn Station, New York, or anywhere in between, you know you're going to get 3 choices of sizes. You're going to get brown and green. Someone's going to call you by name when you order your drink. And so you want to have something for you that's representative of that. So whatever choice you make going forward, it will embody your soul sentence. The next thing that I encourage you to do is design a list of your passions. Just get a piece of binder paper is fine, or a notepad, and just start writing down all of the things that you think you might be interested in. And I always encourage people to come from the frame of, if you had a magic wand. So don't worry about it. You might think, oh, I would love to be a CNN correspondent. Oh, but I can't because I can't travel. Don't let any of the I can'ts or the I don'ts get in your way. Just think from the point of a magic wand and just start writing freeform all of the things that you might be interested in. Maybe you want to take a yoga class or a meditation class. Maybe you do want to be a photojournalist. Maybe you want to be a philanthropist. We've had many people on this show that have followed their passion, not necessarily out of just, hey, I'm going to follow my passion, but they fell into it in their lives. A couple of episodes ago, you met Lisa Ruoff, who went to Haiti and volunteered after the earthquake. And then just on a simple walk, reflecting on her day out by herself, she decided that she wanted to start a company leading philanthropic trips to places like Haiti that were devastated by national disasters. Fast forward a few years, she now is a global philanthropist with a very successful and thriving business leading tours all over the world. So again, here's someone that I personally worked with and coached. I had her design her soul sentence, and then she found that right match of matching her passions to what she wanted to do, and she was able to monetize it. So by having this list, you know all the things that you're curious about. And then as you're working your day job, just start ticking through your list one by one. Maybe take one a week, go to a yoga class, maybe you have a wine tasting class on there, a salsa dance, and just start identifying what are the things that you like about it, what else would you like to see. And then from there, you can fact find and you can figure out the traits that are most important to you, as well as the other jobs that you've had, and take the information from that. And then you can identify the perfect career for you and make a choice from that place. It's such a more empowered choice to make than jumping into something and then 6 months later realizing that wasn't the right thing for you. A lot of times people tease me because I do have 10 different certifications, and thankfully I got most of those in a period of time when I was in that place. But what I've learned now going forward is that it's so much more successful and empowering to choose when you know the right path for you. So that's my advice to anyone watching that has questions on how to choose a career or a lifestyle or anything that really suits their passions.